In case you've been living under a rock in Cincinnati, here's everything you need to know about the Bengals' 2025 season so far in just 1 minute. The Bengals made it their entire offseason identity to start the season with some wins, and that they did. They started 2-0 with wins against the Browns and the Jaguars thanks to a lot of help on defense with turnovers, and then Jake Browning going Goku mode after Joe Burrow suffered a turf toe injury. Then in the next 3 games, Browning turned into a pumpkin, and the Bengals offense was one of the worst in the NFL that time, with embarrassing losses to the Minnesota Vikings, the Denver Broncos, and the Detroit Lions. The Bengals were 2-3, and Browning was so bad that the Bengals did something completely uncharacteristic and traded for a quarterback in Joe Flacco. Flacco took over immediately despite being traded to the team just 4 days ahead of his first start against the Green Bay Packers. And while he didn't play particularly well in the first half of that game, he did show signs of promise in the second half. And while the Bengals lost, there was at least some confidence in their offense going forward. And that confidence turned to reality just a few days later against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday Night Football, in which Joe Flacco lit up the box score with Jamar Chase and his 20-plus targets in a thrilling win over one of their AFC North rivals. But it was at this point that Trey Hendrickson already suffered a hip injury, and everybody was starting to see the cracks of how bad this defense really was. Because as Flacco and the offense continued to be prolific, the defense firmly established themselves as the very worst defense, not only this season, but in this entire millennium. Absolute defensive collapses against both the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears now have the Bengals sitting at 3-6 coming off of their bye week. So the Bengals have a quarterback named Joe playing well, and the defense is terrible and letting him down. Not a lot has changed from last year, if I'm being honest with you.